Hello everybody, this is the Go-To family and today we are at Lustra right here. This is a winery. We are close by Padua, also in the region of Venice, which is about an hour away. So this is one of the things that you might want to come and do if you're coming to Venice or Padua and you want to go around the countryside and explore. You might want to go and do some wine tasting and some olive oil tasting. So we're going to be tasting 5 different wines in total. We're going to start off with 2 whites, 2 different kinds of whites. Then we're going to move on to 2 reds. And finally, we're going to try a sweet wine, which is like a dessert wine. Now, we did get a bit of a history lesson on the location right here. And it's very, very interesting what they're doing here. So the wines are all organic. Also, the soil in this area, in this microclimate, changes depending on the area where you're at. So Lustra is kind of like at the center of this region. Up in the north, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that the soil is more volcanic, whereas in the south of here, it's a little bit more Mediterranean-like. So we're gonna taste wines from different regions and we're gonna see if we can spot the differences based on the terroir, based on the climate, based on the soil, because these wines are gonna be very different based on my understanding. I've also got a plate of food here to go with our wine tasting today. We got some salamis right here with some cheese and some bread. So this is going to help with, tasting the wine with a bit of food. It's also going to be pretty good just to eat as well. All right, so you ready?
Yeah, this is the first one. So this one's going to be a little more dry.
Okay, let's test it out. Oh, wow. So they have a very unique way of creating their white wines here. So this one was actually aged for about 3.5 years to 4 years. This is a 2018 vintage that we're tasting. That's because their wines age for about 2 years in barrels, and then they age about 2 more years in the bottle. So a pretty lengthy aging process for white wines, because sometimes whites are not really aged much or at all. This has quite a bit of body. It's very nice. It's delicate, but it also has a bit of body at the same time for a white wine. Definitely a very nice, elegant, smooth, not too sweet. It's more on the dry side. Very, very enjoyable, I have to say. Now, if you're drinking this one, definitely you might want to get a slice of cheese as well.
It's good with the meat too.
You take a bite of that and the goat cheese is a little salty. That's gonna bring out the flavors. Let's try it out now.
We're doing other things today right now. So we also got the second wine, which this one she described will be much more fruity. And when you do smell it like this, it has a lot of fruitiness, smell. She even said it smelled a little like balsamic vinegar. I really love the smell of this one. And this one it's a very dry smell, but this one is a very fruity smell. You can tell the difference right away. You would never get these two wines confused. This one is 100% Moscato, which is actually pretty unique because they're usually blends when you have Moscato, but she said this one is 100% Moscato, and it actually was rated one of the top 100 white wines in Italy. It's very, very flavorful, and I definitely see this wine going well with pairing it of cheeses and some deli meats too. So I'm going to try this deli meat. It definitely gives it some complexity, and you can actually taste the fruits a little more with the pairing.
So let's try the third wine, and this one is Lecce. This is a Merlot wine, and the grapes come from nearby, right here where we're at, right here, and this is going to be a bit on I guess the fresher side, probably a lighter wine. They don't mature this one in oak barrels, just in concrete vats, I believe, so we're gonna taste that. Now if you look at it, you can still see it has a nice deep ruby texture, ruby color in there, so still looks very, very nice. It's a little bit on the fruitier side. You can smell some cherry, some plum in there. Nice, beautiful aromas. Let's try it out.
This is really good. Has almond on it.
Oh, that's good. It's not full body. It's on the lighter side. It's fruity. I like the flavors in there. Fruity and fresh. Definitely a nice wine that you can drink. Maybe even a little chilled on a warm summer day. Very refreshing. Definitely a wine that will go well with cheeses. This is the Sassonero wine, and this is going to have a little bit more body. They aged just 2 to 3 years, I forget exactly, 2 or 3 in oak barrels, and they also aged some more in the concrete vat. So I believe 4 years around those parts of aging. You can just smell it. It has beautiful aromas. This reminds me of a wine that you would get somewhere in, in the Tuscan region, like an IGP or IGT of sorts. Definitely beautiful aromas on here. You smell that. The cherries, the plums in there. Beautiful. All right, let's try this one out. Ooh. Ooh. That is so nice. Beautiful fruity flavors in there, cherry plum, but also a nice and extended finish. Once again, the wine is very, very elegant. It's not very acidic or anything like that. Very elegant, beautiful flavors, fruity flavors. The finish is long and extended compared to the first one that we had, which didn't really have a very long or extended finish at all, but was also a nice, smooth, and elegant wine, and also on the fruity side. This is my favorite though. A beautiful wine, organic, beautifully aged, and it's only 13 euros and 80 cents. In my opinion, a very good deal for what you're getting right here.
We're actually getting an extra wine because we love Cabernets. So the Giro Poggio, that's the one we're trying right now, and she actually said she really enjoys it. And the one we're having is from 2016, and here it is. It's really fruity, and you also, one thing you can really tell with the cabs is that you can smell that oak barrel. That's the first thing I honestly smell when I breathe in the scent of the wine. Okay, let's try it. That's a nice, smooth, but full-bodied wine. There might be a little bit of a cherry taste in there. I really enjoy it.
Their cab, so much flavor. It has a little bit of spice in there too. Wow, just so much body, long finish, beautiful fruity flavors. Definitely a little spicy on the finale. That is really good. All right, so last but not least, this is the sweet wine. Just look at the beautiful color on it. I think they make this from dried grapes, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be a pretty potent wine. Definitely has a very interesting aroma. Very nice, actually. Let's try it out. Oh wow. The texture on that is almost jammy. It's a pretty thick texture, and it just explodes in your mouth with beautiful flavor. Very strong and aromatic. Almost reminds me of a lychee liquor. Not quite, but it's definitely aromatic like that. And that kind of jammy, kind of thick, wine is definitely very different than I'm used to, but I really enjoy that. After your wine tasting at Lustra, you can go in their wine shop and buy any of the wines you tasted and other varieties they offer. We really enjoyed our time here and recommend you visit if you're in the area. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell for the notifications for more vlogs from Italy and from around the world. Take care.